I'll give you a couple of minutes here, even though we've been talking about it for days. But why did Shedeur slip to fifth round status, Albert? You're reporting on that.
So he slipped out of the first round because of talent and performance. I think that really was the long and short of it. I don't think he was seen as a first round talent by very many people. And fair or not, like that was the feedback I got from a lot of people I trust.
Okay.
Like that they just did not see a first round talent. Now again, and I think I've said this to you on the show a couple of times, doesn't mean he can't go in the first round, because if you find a team that sees you differently, that sees you as a fit. I mean, Bo Nix was that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of teams didn't think Bo Nix was a first round talent. There was a fit there for him in Denver. So like I think like when you're talking about why you didn't go in the first round, the second round, I think it was talent and performance. I think after that, it was everything else. And I think whether you like it or not, football coaches want their backup quarterbacks to blend in with the furniture, and they want them to like be seen, not heard. And it's a huge reason of why like guys who like quote unquote bring a lot with them didn't have like second lives to their careers, like Cam Newton, Jay Cutler. It's why guys like Tim Tebow and Colin Kaepernick didn't get continued shots at going in the league, at staying in the league. People don't want to hear that, but it's the reality of it. Is like first and foremost, you want your backup quarterback to be a resource to the starter. If he's young, you want it to be someone you can develop, and you want it to be someone who's going to do all of that in the shadows. And so, like, I think once you get out of the first or second round, now you're looking at depth and developmental guys. And it became hard because of everything else for teams to see Shedeur Sanders that way. And so it became, well, just give me that guy over here who I know is going to develop and who I know is not going to be a problem, and who I know, when the guy at his position slips up, we're not going to have to hear about. Just give me that guy. And I honestly believe that's a big part of it. And then, I think the other element too, Rich, to be honest, like, and I think this is where they screwed up his process a little bit, is like he handled the process like he was a top 10 lock, and he never was. And so what did that mean? Well, that meant that he was narrowing down the teams he was willing to go to. He was treating this team different than that team in an interview based on where he wanted to land. And unfortunately, like when you're not a top 10 pick, like you can't handle the process that way, because you don't know how the draft's going to fall. So you have to put your best foot forward with everybody. And so like, did that knock off some teams that might have liked him and took him in the third round or fourth round? I think it certainly could have like narrowed the pool of teams that were willing to take him. So I think it's those things kind of in tandem, the pool of teams willing to take him because of the way that he handled the process. And then, also, just kind of the makeup of what teams are looking for in their backup quarterback.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.